Good evening, YouTube. This is Green and My Tears coming to you on Green TV, also known as Katrina. So, October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but for me, it's Cancer Awareness Month. Yeah, I have two family members that have been diagnosed with cancer, and they've been battling since the beginning of the year. And no, my aunt has been battling since the beginning of the year. My uncle found out about it like shortly after she did, but nonetheless, I know that they both have cancer, and it's been tough dealing with that. On top of everything else I deal with, I have to deal with my grandmother, I have to deal with my daughter, I have to deal with myself, I have to deal with life, and this is what life is dealing with. This is what God has given me to deal with. And also on top of knowing this, my uncle hasn't told my grandmother. So I know, and I have to make sure that I don't say anything about the cancer to her, because he doesn't want her to know, and that's his option, and we have to honor what he wants. So with that being said, what I want to do for National Cancer Awareness Month, my goal is to raise some money, and what I want to do is donate some money in each of their names, and I need your help. And if you could send people my way, I would appreciate it to help me to raise some money so I can give the money to cancer awareness, so others can, get help. And yeah, so with that being said, I'm focusing on 3 items, and just these 3 items. And when you place your order, you'll be getting the item, and you can't be specific, but they're all cancer awareness items. So the 3 items is, 1, this is a tissue cozy, and everything has to do with cancer awareness. So everything is like patchwork, so you can't say I want that and that, but I didn't make none plain or anything, but what you see is what you get. But I'm selling these for $5 each, or you can get 2 for $8. I'm selling these pouches, these zip pouches. And this is a cancer awareness fabric and just some other pink, and it has this cute little heart on it, and it has a little, the lining in it. And these are coming, everything is various, like I stated. And these are the pot holders that I'm making. Either you have the fabric on the outside or the cancer awareness fabric on the inside. And I'm going to be selling these for $10 each, or 2 for $18. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. But if you want to buy the whole set, and a whole set would consist of the tissue cozy. Also, you'll be getting some tissue in here. You'll get the pouch, and you'll be getting the pot holder. And like I said, this set will be for $22. So just to repeat, I'm selling the tissue cozies, 1 for $5 or 2 for $8. I'm selling the pot holders for $10 or 2 for $18. I'm selling the pouches 2 for $18 or 1 for $10. But if you want to buy the whole set, that's for $22. And if you're interested in purchasing any of these items, what I'm going to do is leave a link to my website, and you can place your order via contact information on my website for the items. And I'll get them out to you as soon as you, place your order and tell me what you want. And I appreciate all of you in advance for what you're going to help me do. And I can't wait to be able to tell them that what I did in honor of them, because you never know when your loved ones are going to leave this earth, and you don't want to leave this earth. You don't want them to leave the earth without you telling them you love him. And so, like, my uncle recently had to have brain surgery, and I went up to the hospital to see him, and I took flowers because I didn't want to give him flowers when he's gone, because he won't be able to smell them. And when I went to go see him, he let me know, which made me cry, that he appreciated everything that I do for my grandmother, which is his mom, and just being there for her, and and also thanking me for being who I am and just coming to see about him and caring about him. And I told him, I said, I remember one time I was in San Jose, and I called him and asked him to come pick me up. My uncle came from, I don't know where he was, but he came to pick his niecey up, and he brought me home, and I really appreciate that. And I also think about when he was, when I was growing up, he was the like only father figure I had in my life at the time, because my dad wasn't around. And he would take me shopping. We would go to the movies. We would go out to eat. And I'm like, when my cousin told me what was going on with my uncle, it hurt. It hurt, and sometimes it still hurt because I don't remember him being the way he is now. But when I went to the hospital, he was high in spirits. He was talking about, I don't want you to remember me like this. I want you to remember me the way that I used to be. Because when we have our family functions, oh my God, I have 3 uncles, and they off the hook when they all together. And so I understand why they are off the hook, because sometimes my grandmother is off the hook. And I'm like, Lord, I could tell you stories, but they are so fun. Like this one what we do when we all together at my grandmama's house, if you move, you lose. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. If you don't, let me break it down to you. So there's only a limited amount of seating in the house. So if you move, you lose your seat. So you got to wait till somebody else get up, and then you sit down. But the only seat that can nobody touch is the seat that my grandmother sits in. And so, yeah, I remember I like those times because my uncles are so funny and so funny, so funny, so funny. But getting back to the reason why I'm doing this video is I'm looking for you guys to help me, send people my way to help me to raise this money, raise some monies so I can be able to donate it in my uncle and my aunt's name. And I feel like I'm doing my part because I'm not able to be there with either of them because I have other obligations, which is my main obligation is take care of my grandmother and then my daughter and then lastly me. But God get the glory. So I want to thank you all in advance for what you're going to help me do. And don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Know that God loves you, and peace.